Okay, I think we're live.
Yeah. Well, I
So,
should pull up the page too, just to be sure. But welcome, everyone.
yes. So we're sending this out to the Evolving into the Cosmic Heart page today. We were planning to have it into the group, but we've had to widen it because we've had some technical issues there. So, welcome everybody
Yes.
who is included in this transmission today. So, we are doing an energetic transmission today, and this is an ascension tool. So it's something you can watch again. It is to work with our energy. We're going to be like creating a circle for everyone to be in, and then me and Jamie are going to be working with the energy of the people who enter into that circle. And you know, I imagine it could take, I don't know, half an hour. We don't actually know. I mean, the transmission will be what it is. It's already started coming in. My heart energy is just going like that for the last hour, and I feel like it's about to burst out of me.
Yeah, absolutely. My throat, I can feel there is it almost feels like there's a frog in my throat. The old saying.
Yes,
It's like it's getting ready and being expanded. So
yeah, yeah,
very interesting. But as the saying goes, there's no such thing as an accident. So I feel
yeah,
like this was meant to come out on a larger scale. Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
They obviously wanted this to go out to a larger audience
yeah,
today. But from next month, it will be done in our private membership group, which is very new. We've just created it. And so this is our first month where it's free for everybody. And also, it gives us a chance to test things out and see when technology works and doesn't work.
yes. And it's interesting because, on those days that tend to be what we call energetic, like gateway days, big power days, you tend to notice that the technology goes a little haywire. And
Yeah.
today is 5/22/22. So that's like kind of like an energy key code or imprint, if you will. Yeah.
Wow. And I'm really, really feeling that, Jamie. So I'd like to invite everybody who's taking part in this transmission today and in the days ahead, weeks ahead, to come into sacred space with us. So if we imagine we're all standing in a circle together, and around us is a beautiful circle of white light, which is at the same time creating a special energy and also creating a boundary of protection around us. And maybe it would be nice for us all to call in our helping guides, helping spirits, whatever, beings of light, whoever you work with, like spiritually, if everyone like invites them in to the circle with us as well, and then we all have our own helpers, spirit guides, teachers, mentors with us. Oh, oh, I can feel this huge rush there. Wow.
My heart feels, my heart and my throat feel like they're just being so expanded.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you want to add any words to that, Jamie?
Yes. So we just, at this time, as we come together, standing, in our circle of love and our circle of light, we just bring our awareness dropping down from the mind, bringing our awareness down into the center of our heart space. And this is a place where we can just be and release all of the stress, all of the tension and the worry and the thought, coming down into the space that we know is always real, always truth, always love. And just connecting with that energy in our hearts. And I'm almost seeing and feeling like everybody that's standing within this etheric circle we've created, this love light beginning to shoot out of everyone, coming together, is almost like connecting the circle with their love. And if it's okay with you, Rachel, I'm starting to feel the need for some harmonic balancing I'm hearing. So I think we're gonna have some vocal toning start to come through. For anybody who's not familiar with vocal toning, it's just different sounds, vowel sounds that come out. It's kind of like tuning us as instruments, but these instruments of light. So we're gonna have this energy just come through and just absorb the sound as it does. Ashharat emit ak innen yatesha. Vratunariat anyat asha. Virushomyanat et im makish Vratunati ana Vratishamat et ak inor at Vrishamariat I ana Vrashimaniat But at et rotunan anish. Bak at rot unat Varashamariat I Vrotunaria mat Vasham nat Barat ashim Vish irot Vresh mat anna Ishar it im Rush ariat amak eriat I ana erot Varatisha makina. And just take a nice deep breath in, everyone, as the light codes are being transmitted for heart expansion and activation.
Thank you. That was absolutely beautiful, Jamie.
Thank you.
And I'm feeling gone from like panic mode about all the things. There's been a lot of technology that hasn't worked today. And here we are, and I've gone from like all of that adrenaline to like a very peaceful place now, and I could feel just the light streaming out of my heart and out of my hands throughout all of that. And I just wanted to go back to the channeling that we had right at the beginning of the month. I'm just scrolling down through the page to find it, because that was a really lovely channeling that Jamie did. I've got it. So this is from Master Yeshua and the Dolphins. So I'll just read that, Jamie. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let go of fear and move into your heart as the gateway of the higher heart and higher love opens. May will bring an awakening of the higher heart and heart chakras, opening to divine love for all. As humans surrender their fears and come out of oppressive control, they will begin to see through illusion. The entryways to higher timelines will open and waves of love will stream into the planet, thus into the collective mind. The emissaries of love, such as the dolphins and animal kingdoms, are working their magic as encoded beings, sending higher frequencies into the earth grid and light matrix through their own energy bodies, in which will elevate Gaia and humanity. Humans will feel their hearts open and expanded like never before. Mental frequency patterns will forever be changed. So I'm definitely feeling like this is something that's happening. We're sort of like, the preparation work has been happening through May, and I feel like this is like, now this is actually happening as we're doing this transmission today. And I just want to tune in to like my guides and angels and see if there's something that like wants to come through me. So I'll just go quiet for a moment and just see what comes. Okay. So I think I just want to speak like what I'm feeling like come through me, because I'm channeling this out to the group. And just it's really like that Lemurian energy, Jamie, that we've talked about so many times. I have a real connection to Hawaii, and I went there in 2005 and 2008, and I really just I landed on a plane in the middle of the night, and without even seeing anything, I knew I'd come home. That energy was just like, I was just in a state of ecstasy for the 2.5 weeks I was there, and I'm just feeling that light like come through me. So I'm going to also just like sing some sounds and sing some notes, because singing, it's a really lovely way to channel energy without having to like engage anything consciously. I'm just going to let that Lemurian Hawaiian kind of yumminess hopefully like stream through. And oh, and it just feels like our heart centers is just being even more widely opened than they are for what is gonna come through. I have noticed these microphones can like cut off when you're singing and stuff like that. I hope it was like letting the sound
Yeah, I heard it very well. It does sometimes do a little bit, but it wasn't disruptive. It was okay. It was good. Yeah, it was lovely. And so it kind of felt like it was bringing it down and anchoring it down. And I was seeing some symbols and what looked like code, just like it was almost like if you ever seen like a computer screen, like a matrix of numbers just kind of like coming down. I was
Yeah.
seeing that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it does feel like, so like all the light that I've felt like coming in for the last couple of months, it's been, just like this pure spirit, this pure inspiration coming in. And it's sort of really been like here. And then with the heart, it's like here.
Mm-hmm.
And the heart chakra, it's like in the center, isn't
Mm-hmm.
it? Of the other chakras, it's like this balancing thing. And I'm feeling this, like with this transmission that we're doing, it feels so balanced,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's,
and like,
yeah.
yeah, go on.
And it makes sense with what the messages that, came through there, talking about, like opening to higher love, and higher love is about balance and oneness and unity. So, I mean, that's essentially where we're going. That's the goal. And I feel like the work that we are doing here is assisting and, being those conduits to allow everyone. It's almost like the antenna that everybody else can just receive and come online and be aware.
That's it. Come on, lad. I like my throat. It's just like it's doing. There's so much like light and energy coming in and like coming through my
Mm-hmm.
throat at the moment. So this is evidently a lot about us being ourselves. And when I say ourselves, I mean like ourselves, like with a capital S. And this expression, the communication, it's coming out
Mm-hmm.
of the throat. So it's like the heart feels like the widest. The heart, it's like that's where the most stuff is
Yeah.
coming out. And that, I think it's like, it's that foundation, it's that support for this
Mm-hmm.
expression to come out of. Because that's the thing, isn't it? So my husband Thomas, he went to some singing classes years ago, and because he loves singing, I love singing, he loves singing, he plays the
Mm.
guitar as well, and it's really nice when we do songs sometimes. And the lady that was teaching him said about like where you're singing from when you're singing. And it's like if we're expressing ourselves from our ego,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't have the same energy as when we're expressing ourselves from
Our heart.
ourselves. And it's not that there's anything wrong with our ego, it's just that our ego needs to come into that kind of gorgeous cushion, like two pieces of a puzzle that fit together. So you're like, maybe that's the spirit and or the higher self or the soul, whatever you want to, and then that's the ego sort of beautifully cushioned in the middle. And then when you're singing from that place, oh,
Yeah.
that's just like when we make, and that's what it feels like with this, like the heart down here, like really opening up, so that creates the foundation, and then we can express that personality,
Mm-hmm.
that ego that we are, from this gorgeous sort of
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous, yummy support and cushion of the higher self
Yeah.
spirit.
I
Oh,
love the stones, the crystals, aquamarine and amazonite, because they have that color, the vibration of that color is so heart and throat. And it's a huge, and it's interesting because amazonite is considered like the life purpose stone that helps you come into your truth, your purpose. And it is, your life purpose is about expressing your passion, your love, your truth. So it does first come from the heart and then out through the throat. And you live, even if you're not communicating it, you're expressing it, you're being it. And that's by just living life through your heart. So that's,
mm,
it does first have to come through the heart. Mm-hmm.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's a balanced thing then.
Yes. Yeah. And when I was bringing in the light language, which I didn't realize I was going to go into right away. Usually it tends to happen that way, but I thought we would just be some toning a little bit first, just do the harmonics first. No, I actually felt this beautiful, sacred, feminine energy just come through me and out of my heart. It was like I was communicating out of my heart, not my throat, not my mouth. and I saw a beautiful rose, like a large rose, just blossom and bloom, which really made me feel like, the divine love and the divine mother, the Sophia energy. And to have that energy here with us, it really does further speak to the, I think the level of love that we are receiving, the support that we're receiving to assist us in really coming into that higher place of love.
So I'm thinking about two things. One is I have this piece of, it's sort of like marble. I mean, it's not anything sort of incredible to look at with the colors or anything. It's very smooth. I love its smoothness. But I've been to Iona just once, and Iona is this tiny little postage stamp of an island off the left side of Scotland. And it's one of the Western Isles, I believe. And there's a lot of myth and lore about Iona. There used to be druids there, and then it became quite Christian. But there was also quite a lot of Danes there, I think, because they invaded quite a lot. And in the end, the Christians had to kind of give it up because it just got invaded too often. But it's got the most, so it has a real mix of like different energies on the island, but it has the most amazing energy. It's like nowhere I've ever been before. And on one of the beaches, you can collect this beautiful Iona greenstone, which is kind of like this. This is Iona greenstone, and I have some different bits of it. And they have an incredibly high energy. But this sort of bluish marble, there's a big piece of it sort of in the sand in one of the beaches, and it is like as the tide goes out, you see it's bigger and bigger. And when I was there, I got the vision of it being an Atlantean temple at some point. And I don't know if I've ever read anything about Iona in connection to Atlantis. And me, myself, like you were saying on our show, I think last week, I'm really a Lemurian person. That's why I go, oh yeah. And I sort of have the memories I have from Atlantis, they're a little bit traumatic.
Yeah, mine as well.
Yeah, I had to do a lot of healing about that. But this is no trauma here. There's no trauma there here with this. And I think perhaps it was a sun temple. And I'm just thinking that because I drew a card for this today, I got the sun. And now I'm talking about this. I think it was a sun temple. And it feels like the sun has really been, the solar thing has just been huge the last couple of months. The light that's streaming in, it feels really, really, these clouds feel very, very solar at the moment. And I'm just saying these things because it's just what's coming in. Not because I know huge amounts. I don't. I just like anything I learn, I tend to forget anyway. But I'm putting words on these things because it feels like these are the energies that are coming in and working with us.
And when you were talking about it, I was really feeling like, yeah, it may be Atlantean, it may be Lemurian. I mean, we really don't know. But as you were talking about it, I just kept seeing dolphins, and kind of like swimming past, and which it just makes me. And the dolphins are like the light weavers, the song weavers through through it, just that whole I just keep seeing it there with that energy there. So I don't know, but I have wanted to go to Iona for quite a few years now, and we do have a very beautiful area here, about 30 minutes from me, that the person they recreated a lot of the key points at the Isle of Iona on their property. And it is now a stone megalith park for the community to go to. And it is on their personal property. And it is just beautiful. And I believe the reason he created it was that he had a vision that he was supposed to, and he obviously had been there. So yeah, Iona, but yeah.
I remember you telling me, and I was just like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is just so special and amazing. And you have those amazing mountain ranges in the background
Yes.
of it as well. Jamie sent me some pictures, and I was like, I can see an elemental looking through the trees. What is behind those trees? It's massive. And she said, oh, it's the mountain. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, the mountain's looking at you. Do you know that?
It's like, what are you doing over there? Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Now, I'm getting an urge to sing a chant. It's a Ganesh chant. And we tend to think of Ganesh as like clearing. Yeah. I mean, it does, but it makes new things possible to come in. So clearing is not quite the right word metaphysically. It's almost like making space. I mean, it can be clearing, but this feels more like just making space. And Ganesh is if you read some of the Vedic texts, and it's been a really long time since I read this one, but there's something there about he's connected to a very primordial feminine energy, and then he uses it with his masculine energy. So that's really interesting, isn't it? So I'm just going to sing this chant because I think it's going to trip us up into something else, just sort of go whoop like that. Okay, so I'll sing it, and then Jamie, you can see where it takes
you.
Sounds
good.
Okay, all right. And yeah, I'll try not to sing it too loud because I notice when I sing too loud, that also makes the thing cut out as well. So I'll try and keep it sort of, because I can really belt this one out, try and do it powerfully but quietly. Okay. Vukrutum namaha kaya Surya koti samaprabha Niraviganam kurum hideva Sarvakarishu savada Om Namo Shri Gajanana Shri Siddhi Vinayaka Gajanana Jai Ashtavanaya Gajanana Mangalamurti Gajanana Vukrutum namaha Surya koti samaprabha Niraviganam kurum hideva Sarvakarishu savada Om Namo Shri Gajanana Shri Siddhi Vinayaka Gajanana Jai Ashtavanaya Gajanana Mangalamurti Gajanana.
That was beautiful. There were at least, depending on, kind of went in and out, but there were others singing with you. I could hear them very clearly, very specifically another female. And when I connected with my heart, I heard Mary Magdalene. So
I'm wearing this wine colour, sort of burgundy wine colour, and that's Mary Magdalene to me. And I didn't think about that when I put it on today. It sort of jumped at me, and I thought, yes, that's the colour.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow.
So I can feel that those energies, they've taken us to another
Mm-hmm.
place now where something else can
Yeah, I feel
happen.
like my heart just it's almost like it's going through little phases of expanding and opening because it feels like contracting. I don't know if everybody else is feeling that, but I see there are so many people tuning in, and we are definitely, maybe we'll look at the comments when we are done here, or after, we have a few moments to do that. But I felt like it wants to contract, and then it goes in, and it's almost like it's adjusting us as the energies come through, and then it's contracting and expanding us even more so. So I'm just,
That sounds like a
yes,
birthing. That sounds like a birthing,
yes,
doesn't it? That's
it's
what the
like,
uterus does,
yeah, it's
isn't
like
it? When you're like,
contracting and expanding. And that, we did both receive some really interesting messages or thoughts this month about how humanity is going through a massive rebirth and really a whole birthing, new awakening, but so is Mother Earth. And in order for Mother Earth to go through it, humanity has to go through it. In order for humanity to go through it, Mother Earth has to go through it, because we are one. And that does really feel like what's happening here. It feels like there's this higher awareness, higher love really being birthed through us right now, through our heart centers.
I just remembered something about the throat chakra that I read. I have no idea where I read this years ago, but for many years, when I went into a deep state of meditation, and this just happened like from time to time, maybe like, I don't know, once a year or something like that, my head would go back and I would end up like with my head right back. And like, but I'd be like in a really deep state of trance, and I could feel like I was going to have an uncomfortable neck afterwards, but I couldn't stop it from happening. And then I read in a book that, or somewhere, I think it was before the days of the internet, actually. I think it was a book. And it said about our higher self. It's a very important point for our higher self to come in. And so I think that's the other part of
Mm.
what we're feeling today. It's this, what we said about the foundation for the heart. And it is this about the expression of the higher self. But it's also about like we're being opened up. So more of our higher selves are come, we're just like really
Mm-hmm.
embodying like more of my, and as I'm saying it, I'm just like going, I can feel my body's going,
Mm-hmm.
yes, it's giving me a big yes. It's more of our higher selves are coming in, because like it's such a physical thing, this thing about us becoming our
Mm-hmm.
higher selves. I mean, it sounds so love and light and meditating pinks and whites, and then and the actual reality of it, it is all those things, but it's also this, there's this incredible physicality of blood and body and
Mm-hmm.
sexuality and emotions, and all this is absolutely in there
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Yes. And what a lot of people don't realize about the birthing process, we know this about the physical birthing process, but the spiritual birthing process is, it can also be painful. It can also be where we're really going through. I'll go back to what I had a vision not that long ago. I think we were talking one of the shows we did, and I just seen people kind of like going through their closets, like going like this, like, but that's like through your heart center, and you're going through, and really, we're beginning to really see through illusion, and we're beginning to see things that just, they don't honor us anymore. They don't serve us in some way anymore. And we there's an innate call to come more into alignment with your divine self and your truth, which that is the merger that's happening. And so really releasing all of those things that just don't feel like they align anymore with who you are and what you want, really getting rid of all of those things, that's happening. And when we're doing that, it can be painful, you know
Yeah,
it,
yeah, and it has been a big week of release with all these retrograde things that you were talking about.
yeah.
Wow, a lot of stuff has come up this week, and So I was like, I could, I was working through something this week, and I pulled a card, and I pulled it. It said it was ancestral stuff, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I did some like tapping. I used the EFT thing sometimes. I did that, and I sort of breathed into it, and I hadn't really. It was really useful. It was really useful to know that, and it's like, so much like comes down through the family line, and I do feel like we're being given a lot of grace at the moment. So it's like, yeah, lots of shit is like coming up like inside us, but then if we can just get those few moments and sit with it and breathe into it and do one of the clearing techniques, the violet flame or the tapping or the, whatever, it shifted pretty fast actually. And I was like, it's good. It's good. It's not easy, but if this can keep happening, I can just about live with it.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. It's a beautiful time. Even seeing, it doesn't seem that way on the surface, but if you can really see through the illusion, the distraction, you can really see what is happening, and it's amazing. And one other thing that I've been feeling, and as we were talking, I keep getting these flashes of mudras, and I have the worst memory when it comes to the Sanskrit names of mudras. So I am just going to show you. Angie Walters, she is tuning in, and she is one of my beautiful soul sisters of light. She is very savvy on the mudras. So if she chooses to drop in the comments the names of both the mudras, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, I know these ones. I keep seeing it's the goddess Inanna, who is another version of Venus, and Venus is another embodiment of the Sophia. So each of them hold a different energy that we are being asked to embody. And as I'm seeing Inanna, she is showing me to do this at our center of our hearts. So this is like the lotus. So you can put your hands together, and then you just kind of want to open them at your heart center like you're holding a fully awakened lotus. And if I'm not mistaken, Angie, this is the Padma mudra. And this does work with heart expansion, amongst other things. But if you can just think about that fully ballooned, awakened lotus within the center of your heart space. Okay. Then we're going to, and I'm showing you this now because we're going to do it together, because I can see this happening as though it already happened in my mind. Then we're going to shift to our sacral chakras, our womb energy. Even though you're masculine or feminine, male or female, it does not matter. We all hold this sacred energy within our womb space. We're going to take our hands then, and we're going to form a downward facing triangle. And we're going to be holding this one at our womb area, pelvis area. So you'll hear me say this one, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Angie, is the yoni. Notice I'm not saying the Sanskrit names because I can't. But this, I believe, is the yoni mudra, which is working with fluidity in our sacral chakras, which is our birthing creative energy centers. So I feel like something is about to happen with an alignment between our heart centers and our sacral chakras, which is really the energy of the rebirth and a birthing of that love consciousness here. So I'm just going to ask everybody to close your eyes, come back to the Padma lotus, and I will guide you. So I'm just going to have you take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And as you release, blow the breath out of your mouth. Again, nice deep breath in through your nose. And release. Again, deep breath in. And release. Hold that space. Ianeshimia netediaratar, atiarutu shima nyate ana ina ishima, veradina kina yarut uniama, meshi ana burutushimi nyatu tu vet ush marianeriat yatashi ish im ana erot veratani anya mashir. And bring your energy back down to your sacral chakra, forming the yoni and downward facing triangle. As we begin the alignment between heart and sacral. Nice deep breath in through your nose. Release. Dropping your awareness into your womb space. Deep breath in. And release. Last time, deep breath in. Release. And hold that space. Niate dierot anakian maniater atishimi ini ana irotuna miater yate shima I ena ir vorotunikin ratayate emiana irana yotoshima ana yarata irati mak ir Vush am en ianot I ash im ak iet u ariat Vrotusham ak inat et imat et ishar. Rotima ena erati anyanetishim. Ash a ir. Just feel that alignment coming between those two energy centers. Wow. I can see like a cosmic, it almost looks like a galaxy was spinning like a vortex in the womb space area. And I did see an eye open up in the center of our hearts, which is, whoa, I'm covered in chills right now.
That was amazing.
Thank
Jamie.
you. I really felt this. Inanna's energy is like tribal, tantric goddess energy. So I guess that kind of goes hand in hand with the whole like birthing, like the rebirthing and.
Wow. It was beautiful and it felt so balanced and again like very, very peaceful. Yeah. And just to like I just want to bring in the image of Yggdrasil. It's the world tree in Nordic mythology. And I just would like everyone to imagine for a moment that they're being the world tree. So the world tree is obviously a tree. And you just kind of pull that energy in. And so we have wonderful branches going up and they connect up to like the highest heavens or the upper world, or if you're like Nordic stuff, it's the Aesir, the gods and the goddesses. And then we have the middle world, the humans. We're sort of in the trunk, and then the roots are going down to the Norns are down there, and the Milgors Orm, which is like I can't remember the old Norse word for it, but it's there's a serpent chewing at the roots of the tree, but those roots are grounding everything. And as we become each those world tree, we are just grounding now. down into the earth grid all of the things that we have taken in. So we're still keeping them for ourselves. Our energy matrices or matrices have like taken in these amazing energies, and we've like become them now. They're sort of spread through the whole of our light bodies. But now we're also kind of grounding the imprints down into the earth grid. I call it a new earth grid, but that's just, that's my word. Whatever word you use, that's absolutely fine. And we're just kind of spreading the love, spreading the light around, because this is also part of our mission. We're doing this stuff for us, we're also doing it for the earth and the whole of humanity. We are like these conduits, and spirit take the opportunity to bring things in, not just for us, but also other things that are needed, and they just kind of like, nip a few other things in there as well while they're at it. So just feel yourself, just feel like your roots and your tree just like grounding. That's lovely. That's really good. I can feel that. That's just amazing. And oh my God, I just had this amazing image. So I was reading, and I'm sure a lot of you have read this as well. There was a lot of stuff in the last year or so about how trees communicate with each other through their roots. They also spread nourishment through their roots. They also like send out minerals and all sorts of things. They're like, we're doing that as well. We're sending out the nourishment down through the roots, down through the grid, or which you could see as the web of weird as well, which is sort of like the world web. Oh, that's good. And then when you're ready, just let go of that image. Just let go. That serpent is not called Milgaurzorn. That's the one that's in the sea. When I get into these sort of states, we're a bit like trancey. Stuff just comes out of my mouth, and it's not. I think after no, it's not. That's not the right word. It's like, yeah, because it's really right brains, this work, isn't it, Jamie? It's like at the best of times I'm a bit too right brains, and then I come into these trance states, and it's like, I'm surprised I can.
I know it gets like, especially like when the light language is coming through. It kind of takes you, go somewhere. It kind of takes you out of yourself, and and that's the way the best magic does come through. Yeah, I love that. When I was envisioning the world tree, I could see spiraling energy, and I keep spiraling. I don't know if everybody's probably seeing what she's doing. I can't make it stop. It's happening. This is when the energy really just comes through. I really felt it like spiraling down from, and the world tree it's the axis mundi. It's the point between, heaven and earth, heaven, whatever you refer to heaven as Rachel had said, it is. So we are channeling this energy down through us, through our trunks, down through our roots into earth. Just beautiful.
Yeah. And there's a rune. It's sort of shaped. It goes up like that, down, and then up like that. And that's called Yo. The old Norse name for it is Yo, and it stands for the world tree. And it's been coming up a lot in readings I'm doing for, like, people like us, spiritual people, and it's talking about, you're getting into a place where you're like the world tree. And I think a lot of us are now, like, truly, after years of work, like truly coming into this position of power now, where we're like standing between heaven and earth, and we're like bringing it in, putting it down,
putting it back out,
bringing it up, because it goes both ways, and they're equally as wonderful and powerful. So but Priscilla, it's why let's see if I can spell YGGDRASIL, if anybody
and how do you say it again?
Look that up. Yggdrasil should be. So that's because the Danes do this as well. The letter Y, it took me years to get used to this. So the word for town in Danish is bu, and it's spelled B-Y.
Wow.
Sound. Yeah, and it's quite hard. You have to sort of really go.
I'm not doing it.
Say ooh. I was going.
No, I'm not going to do it. I have a hard enough time with Sanskrit. No. That's interesting because I never knew how to pronounce it, and I was always pronouncing it like Yggdrasil because I didn't know, but
But I'm sure some people do say it like that because sometimes. But I do think on the
yeah.
whole it is pronounced Brazil. But sometimes I'm pronouncing things a Danish way rather than an Old Norse
I
way.
just refer to it as
So like,
it's like me trying to refer to the rune. Ood. I can't do it.
you sound quite Swedish there.
I was channeling some of those ancestors. Oh, that's so funny. Wow, this was a really beautiful, beautiful experience.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
feel
you can, you
it's complete
can.
now, isn't it?
And that's when the giggles I tend start to happen, I think, too. You can, it's like the releasing of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's women.
Should we look to some of our comments and see who we have? We have so many people tuning in with us.
Yeah, while you're looking, I just want to remind people we have a contest. We were going to do it until Thursday, but then we didn't think many people saw it because actually we do the show on Monday, and we didn't get it. We didn't get it online till after. There is a contest. If you look down the page, you can get 2 weeks free subscription to our group. And this transmission, we are charging for it from next month. It's $22 a month plus any local tax you have to pay. It's a new thing that's come in. They put that on now. And we are charging for it because me and Jamie, we really want to be able to give some of our time and energy to this because this is so special, and we try to keep it as low as we can. But you can win 2 months free if you enter our contest, and you just need to like put something that you think, some feedback or something you'd like to see us talking about, because we also have our Monday weekly show.
Wow.
We've done 6 episodes.
Somebody recently was asking about, they were looking for podcasts to listen to, if anybody could recommend. And I did. I recommended ours and said we had quite a little library building up there on Spotify now. So I thought that was really cool. Yeah.
So you can find that on the page, and it's also on the group, anybody in the group who
yes, and if you have trouble finding the group, you want to join the group and you haven't been able to, just send us a message and we will send you over the link or even give you an invite to it to make it easier for you to find it. Again, the rest of the month is free, and as of June 1st, I do believe we'll be starting that $22, but to get those 2 months free is really incredible. So check it out. That contest is posted on Evolving Into the Cosmic Heart. It's on our personal pages. It's also on Magical Me. So yeah.
Yeah, and when are we going to run that?
Next
Tuesday, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
So right. Next Tuesday.
So I'm only allowed to see so many comments now because I guess after a while, like they cut off. So I apologize for anybody who was commenting in the beginning. Rachel and I always go back and check the comments after these lives are done airing. So we will do that. Thank you all so much for being here. We had 15 viewers. So thank you for being here. Lala says, beautiful, having tiny little chest sensations. And then Reese says, I thought Jamie was singing at one point. So that was when you were singing, that other voice that was there. Yeah, I'm telling you, it was one started, and then I heard like quite a few come in the background, but that one was very, very strong. Angie is talking about the mudras. You start in Anjali, shift into Kapoda, lastly the Padma and the open lotus. Wow. Energy drink. with energy drink. I don't know if that was in reference to, because we missed the comments, but is it like an energy drink? Is that what you're saying? Oh, wow. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't let me see all the other ones. I missed it. But thank you, everybody. Hi, Deborah. Welcome. She just popped in. So this is going to be available on replay. And it does not matter when you tune in. This is all energy. So energy, there is no limitations with energy, no boundaries like that.
Yeah, and that's it. And at the beginning, we've like created a circle and said, you know, whoever comes into this circle will receive this energy. So before we finish, we do just need to like release the image of that circle. So if you didn't catch it, we were imagining like we were all standing a circle together with a beautiful like white light around us, and we invited in all of our guides. So we're just let that image just gently dissipate and fade now, and just give thanks to all the beings of light who came in and worked with us today. I know there was very many. This is one of the most powerful things I've worked with, actually, because of just the support we had today with that transmission was incredible, and so many beings of light came in. This is obviously something Spirit is very keen to get involved in, and thank you to all of those incredible beings, and thank you to all of you incredible beings of light for coming and joining us here today, and for those who will watch it in the days and weeks and months ahead, because it's out there.
Thank
now.
you. Thank you all very much. Thank you for being here. And any feedback, we're always open to hearing experiences. So, yeah.
So I'm going to say goodbye now. One of the things I couldn't get to work today was my laptop, so I'm going to walk over to my desktop now and cut the transmission
Bye, everybody.
off.
Have a lovely rest of your day and weekend.